Meghan, an actress, shows she can play a victim, and maybe she is. But of what or whom? There's an attraction between narcissism and victimhood.
It was a night Meghan Markle will never forget, and all for the wrong reasons. During a part on Fox News, host Greg Gutfeld made a joke so harsh that the studio audience burst into loud laughter, and Meghan's carefully built image took another painful hit. They were talking about a strange case of a man in Louisiana, a pedophile, who agreed to be castrated as part of a deal.
Anyone who crosses her can be the victimizer. A clever operator, she showed that in the oppression Olympics, anyone can play, even from behind a gated mansion in the Hollywood Hills.
Was once again turned into the punchline of a national joke. Let's start with the obvious. Meghan didn't trend for her brand, her charity work, or her so-called activism. She trended because a famous TV host said that marrying her was worse than castration. That's not just bad PR, that's total humiliation on a world stage. The video went viral not only because of Gutfeld's words, but also because of the audience. The reaction wasn't polite giggles. It was loud, wild, unstoppable laughter. Meghan's name has now become a guaranteed joke in American culture. That is a nightmare for someone who so badly wants to be seen as serious.
Leave and not to do any of their duties, and then they weren't given basically the protections and the funds that come from the royal service. So
this wasn't a podcast or some unknown comics comedy show. This was Fox News, the cable TV channel that more Americans watch than any other. Millions of people watching TV saw Meghan's name connected to castration. When big, popular TV shows make it normal to laugh at you, your serious reputation is ruined. With his money problems getting worse, Netflix deals getting smaller, and Spotify ending their partnership, Meghan needed good news. Instead, she got made fun of on TV in front of millions of people. Her PR team staying quiet only made the mess look worse. People who know her say Meghan really hates being made fun of. She wants people to love her, worship her, and say nice things about her, but instead, she became the target of one of the meanest TV jokes of the year.
Pay for their own security. Basically, that was it. Should the royal household or the British taxpayer pay for the security if they're not there? I would argue no. I think the other thing that really got me in the interview was, well, two things. Did you see that for 8 minutes?
The joke worked only because the audience already sees her as annoying. And here's the big point. This wasn't just about one bad joke. It was about what the joke showed. The total collapse of Meghan Markle's credibility in the media, in Hollywood, and in public opinion. Because when even comedians and TV hosts know your name will always get laughs, your whole image is falling apart. This wasn't the first time Greg Gutfeld went after Meghan Markle. He has mocked her again and again on his show Gutfeld. And each time the audience laughs even louder. That's the real danger for Meghan. She has become easy comedy material. Late-night shows survive by mocking easy targets: politicians, celebrities, scandals.
Who cry about flower girl dresses. And I'm pretty sure that in every family, when there's a big wedding, someone cries.
Yes.
Because it's just stressful. And she got to do this, and he didn't get to do that, especially in big families. And it's like a big thing. But like 8 minutes about who made who cry about flower girl dress.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. When Meghan's name comes up, TV hosts know the crowd will laugh right away. That's not because the joke is smart. It's because people already think she's silly. Gutfeld's castration joke worked because it touched a belief most people now share. Meghan isn't respected, she's mocked. And once a public figure turns into a running joke, the damage can't be undone. Think of Paris Hilton in the 2000s. Think of Lindsay Lohan during her breakdowns. Meghan is now in that same group, and the laughter won't stop. Let's remember what Meghan tried to sell to the world: the image of a strong feminist, a caring humanitarian, a victim of the cruel royal family.
This before I got married.
Right, that's a lie.
It can't possibly be true.
Yeah. Just a correction there, Dana. The royal baby does have some very large duties. Jesse, I saved you for last because I know that this is a story that is important to your heart. You've been Googling Prince Harry since
who was supposed to rise up as a voice for women and minorities, but the truth showed something very different. Her lifestyle brand failed badly. laughed at as nothing more than a Montecito money grab. Her Netflix shows did poorly, with critics saying they looked flashy but had no real substance. Her speeches sounded the same. Long talks about being a victim instead of inspiring words. This is why jokes like Gutfeld's work. They show the huge gap between how Meghan sees herself and how the public sees her. She wants to be viewed as the new Princess Diana, but the world now sees her as a spoiled celebrity who used the crown for her own gain and then failed when it was time to prove herself. The most revealing reaction to this scandal wasn't even the laughter.
Elton sent flowers, which sounds like a very gracious thing to do. Look, the racism thing for her, it's a serious charge. I do wonder why Oprah Winfrey didn't press them a little bit harder. You can imagine that it might have been said, but again, I would do that. The last thing I would say is she said,
It was silence. Meghan's supposed friends in Hollywood, the ones she counted on to make her image stronger, said nothing. Oprah, who once gave her the biggest platform of her life, stayed quiet. Serena Williams, who Meghan always called her best friend, said nothing. Even Tyler Perry, who once gave the Sussexes his Beverly Hills mansion, didn't show any support in public. Why? Because Hollywood knows something Meghan doesn't. Reputation is like money. And right now, Meghan's reputation is worthless. Standing with her doesn't help anyone. It only hurts them. So the same friends who once supported her are now pulling away. Her humiliation isn't just happening in public, it's happening alone.
So what's your story?
You've seen my search history.
Yes.
I'm glad that's the only thing that you mentioned on live television. No, I only watched this because football wasn't on, but I have to confess I found it deliciously entertaining.
Polls in both the UK and the US prove what we're seeing happen. In Britain, Meghan's approval ratings are at their lowest, sometimes even worse than royals caught in scandals like Prince Andrew. In America, which was once her safe place, her popularity is dropping quickly. And that's why Gutfeld's joke didn't surprise anyone. It didn't spark anger. It sparked laughter, because it matched what the public already thinks. Meghan is tiring, entitled, and fake. When people laugh at you instead of standing up for you, that's when you know your credibility is finished. This moment was symbolic. Meghan Markle left the royal family to share her voice. But now, that voice has been drowned out by laughter.
Someone who wants to be perceived as this naive American who didn't know what she was getting into. She had done no research on the institution or the history or the expectations. It's not all tea and crumpets, Gutfeld.
Yes.
There are royal duties that you have to perform. Big duties.
She tried to remake herself as a business mogul, a humanitarian, and a cultural leader. But instead, she has turned into a meme. The castration joke may have been harsh, but it exposed the truth Meghan refuses to see. She is no longer taken seriously. Whenever her name trends, it's not because of her successes, it's because of mockery. And once you become the punchline, there's no way back. Her empire of Netflix deals, Hollywood ties, and influence is collapsing. Her approval ratings are crashing. Even her closest allies stay silent. And now, she has been branded on live TV as worse than castration. For Meghan Markle, this isn't just embarrassment, it's the complete fall of her credibility.
She wasn't getting any support from the family, so Harry whisks her away and they dial back their duties, and that's fine. Now, Prince Waters, would I have handled it this way? Absolutely not. I wouldn't have done Oprah. I would have shut my mouth, collected my money from my Hollywood deals.
So, what does this mean for the future? It means Meghan Markle's story is no longer about reinventing herself. It's about survival. She can try to spin the story, she can try to sue, she can run as many shiny PR campaigns as she wants. But the laughter has taken over. And in the media world, once you become a joke, you don't recover, you disappear. And here's the harsh reality. Meghan Markle didn't trend this week because of her activism, her brand, or even her marriage. She trended because of Fox. News host compared her to castration, and millions of people laughed. Think about that. Meghan left the royal family to control her story, to tell her truth. But now, she doesn't control the story at all.
Mentioned before that she's expected to perform, so she gets out there and just gets savaged by the British tabloids. Race baiting, anonymous sources, fake news. We're familiar with how that operates, right? So she couldn't hack it. She couldn't handle it, and she became...
And the media controls it. The comedians control it. The audience controls it. And the decision is clear. She's not respected. She's mocked. Hollywood's silence proves it. No one came to defend her. No friends risked their reputation to protect her. Meghan has been left exposed, abandoned, and laughed at in front of the whole world. But the bigger question is this: can Meghan ever come back after being turned into a joke? Once the public laughs at you, once you become the punchline instead of the headline, is there any way back? Or is this the moment her carefully built Hollywood image finally breaks for good? Now it's your turn. I want to hear what you think.
In my grandmother's lap, whose husband is in the hospital right now. So a little advice from a commoner.
Yes.
Maybe not. Don't go on Oprah. Okay. Maybe try that.
Yeah, go on Water's World.
Yeah.
It would have been great.
Commoner.
Was Greg Gutfeld's joke just harmless comedy? Or does it show how far Meghan has really fallen? Do you think Meghan still has the power to fix her image? Or is this the beginning of the end for her credibility? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't hold back. This is one of the most embarrassing moments of Meghan's public life, and the whole world is watching. If you believe the laughter has finally revealed the truth about Meghan Markle, hit that like button so this video reaches more people. Don't forget to subscribe because this story is far from over and the next royal scandal is already coming. And let's be honest, this wasn't just about Greg Gutfeld, this was about what he represents. When a big-name host on one of America's most watched networks can casually drag Meghan's name into a harsh joke and have the entire audience roaring with laughter, it proves something bigger. Making fun of Meghan has gone mainstream. A few years ago, Meghan was untouchable. The press was careful. Hollywood respected her. Even critics were scared to go too far in case of backlash. But that time is over. Now, comedians don't fear her, they use her. Networks don't avoid her, they aim at her. And the public, they don't defend her, they laugh at her. This is the turning point Meghan never wanted. Once the world decides you're a punchline, every new move you make only adds to the comedy. If she launches another brand, people will mock the price tags. If she gives another speech, late-night hosts will rip apart her words. If she plays the victim again, audiences will roll their eyes. Because here's the hard truth. Meghan Markle isn't controlling her story anymore. She's lost it. And the worst part, she can't undo the laughter. Once you're a joke, you stay a joke.